Alright, Shalom. First, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, Wahawa Krokodiles Barakatah. Double honor to the apostles of the great millstone, and peace, love, and citation to the elect. I come out there pushing the word of truth and sincerity. And this video gonna be about salvation, because that's what we brothers is striving for, man, so they can enter in one of them chariots, because that's how the Lord coming back, man. He coming back to save his elect. You know what I mean? And he coming back to destroy America off the face of the earth and to destroy the sinners out of it, man. Whether they be his people, or the other nations or in Esau, man. He gonna destroy all of them. But this, I'm gonna mainly get on salvation because that's what we want. I'm gonna start in Baruch and read chapter the whole chapter 4, but I'm gonna start at 5. It said, "Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies." So we wasn't sold to our enemies, for our destruction, man. We were sold because we went off from the Most High. We start breaking His law, statutes, and commandments, man. He brought those curses upon us that He said He was gonna bring upon us. We broke one of the most important commandments, which is to not put no other gods before Him. And we put other gods before Him. So this is what happened to us. But He said we wasn't destroyed for our we wasn't sold for our destruction. As you can see, we still here today. And the Lord about to save us real soon. But continue on, it said, "For you provoke Him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High." It said, "Ye have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up. Ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you." Jerusalem is our land, which is the mother of us all. We grieved our land by fucking doing all manner of abominations in our land. It said, "For when she saw you, saw the wrath of the Most High coming upon you," that she is talking about Jerusalem. Said, "For when she saw the wrath of the Most High coming upon you, she said, Hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion, Yahweh had brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting had brought upon them. With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning." Because of us, of our transgressions. Continuing on, "Let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children are left desolate, because they departed from the law of God." Again, they said they knew not His statutes, nor walked in His ways of His commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline and righteousness and His righteousness, man. It said, "Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember ye the captivity, my sons and daughters, which the everlasting have brought upon them. For He hath brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, and of a strange language, who neither reverence old men nor pity child." And that nation is Esau, man. You do Edomites. Continuing on, said, "These have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow, and left her that was alone desolate without daughters," man. It said, "But what can I help you? But for He that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies." Who brought these plagues upon us? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And He said He gonna deliver us from our enemies, man. The Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, gonna deliver us from our enemies, man. By the way of them chariots, man. Because it said the same way he left, Yahweh Shai is the same way He coming back, which is with them chariots. And He coming to save His elect. That's what brothers striving to enter into. Continue on. It said, "Go your way, O my children, go your way. Go your way, O my children, go your way, for I am desolate. I put off clothing of peace, and put on me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting of my days. Be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto the Lord, and He should deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies." And that's what brothers doing, man. They crying unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. It said, "Give the Lord no rest until He does make and establish and make Jerusalem a praise on the earth." And that's what we doing, man. We not giving the Lord no rest, man. And He will, deliver us from the power of our enemies real soon. And He's showing us right now, man. By way of His signs that He bringing to pass. He's showing us, man. And continuing on, it said, "For my hope is in the everlasting, that He will save you. Enjoy is coming, and joy is coming to me from the Holy One because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting our Savior. And then that mercy is salvation, salvation from captivity, salvation from America and from our enemies, from all these nations that's oppressing us, man. You know, because they oppressing the fuck out of us, man. They putting lead in our water. You know, they shooting us down in the streets. You know, all type of shit. They putting GMOs in our food, chemtrails in our sky. You know, they putting pork in everything we eat and everything we wash up with. You know, they doing all type of shit. You go to the doctor, you think they about to help you? No, they giving you the virus. You know, no, they not only that. You got these Ishmael. He in these ghettos where or you see walk past the store, you see Dutch Masters. You buy one get one free. Newports. You know, they oppressing us, man. They constantly trying to keep us at the bottom and destroy. But the Lord said, He gonna have mercy on us, and He gonna save us from that, man. You know. Continue on, it said, for I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but Yahweh will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. You know, we were sent out of our holy city, Jerusalem. You know, weeping and because the Lord sent the any enemy on us, and we was scattered amongst all nations from there on. But guess what? The Lord is gonna gather us from here, and bring us unto Jerusalem again, man. You know, that's what we waiting on, man. Bear with me. I'm gonna get a scripture on that. It said Jeremiah chapter 23 verse 23 verse 3, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. Yeah, the Lord gonna gather out of all nations where he had driven us, man. You know, which is America and all over the world, man. Your main place is America, though, because the Lord said He gonna scatter you amongst the four corners of the globe. You know, and that's part of a curse. But the Lord said He gonna gather us and bring us back in our land, man. You know, bear with me. I'm gonna get another scripture. Yeah, it said Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 5 through 8. It said, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise up unto David a righteous branch, and the king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah should be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he should be called, the Lord our righteousness. Continuing on, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it should no more say, they should no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt, because it's being said that now, you know, that the Lord brought us up, you know, because the Lord did bring us about in the land of Egypt, you know. No, that was the first Exodus, but the Lord said it's not going to be said that no more, man, because this salvation that He going to do for us is going to top that of Egypt, you know. And when you read about Egypt, Egypt was us being saved out of Egypt was a miraculous salvation. But continuing on, said, but the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and we in the north country, North America, and from all the countries where I have driven them, and they should dwell in their own land. You know, so the Lord is going. That's where I said in Baruch chapter 4 verse 23, for I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but Yahweh will give you to me with joy and gladness forever. Or we gonna go back to our land. You know, and that's proven that was a scripture to link it up in Jeremiah chapter 23 verse 5 to 8. You know, we gonna go back to our land, man. The Lord gonna make good His word, man. You know, he gonna come save us, man. You know, we just gotta continue to do our part. You know, because the Lord working, he bringing hella prophecies to pass, man. And that's the only thing we waiting on, prophecy, man. You know, that's the only thing we waiting on, man. Is prophecy to fulfill itself, man. Because the Lord said, "Oh, this generation shall not pass until all things will be fulfilled." Because this is the end. You know, after this, we no more gonna be carried into slavery. So all things need to be fulfilled. You know, right now, man. You know, but continuing on, and Baruch chapter 4, starting at 24. And it said, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they surely see your salvation from our God, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting, man. You know, just like who's the neighbors of Zion, man? These other nations, you know, Esau and Ammon, Moab, Japheth, Ishmael, Elam, all these other nations, man. You know, all these other nations, man, just like how they seen our captivity and all that, they be like, surely this is the day that we look for, and this the man that the city that man called the perfection of beauty. Just like they seen that, our captivity. The Lord said they gonna shortly see our salvation, which will come upon you with the great glory and brightness of the everlasting, man, with chariots, man. You know, we came in here on cargo slave ship, we leaving out on chariots. You know, but the difference is though, like all Israel is gonna be saved, but only a remnant is gonna escape this one, man, because only a remnant is gonna return to the Lord, because it was prophesied that, only a remnant is gonna return to the Lord, in this time, man, because our people, they're rebellious, they're rebellious and they not gonna hearken unto the voice of the Lord as brothers being out on the streets, and they're gonna be stiff hearted and stiff necked, and they're not gonna get inside the spiritual ark, so the flood gonna come and destroy them all. When Esau roll in, but the remnant gonna escape and they gonna make it up out of here and bring them back in the kingdom. So all Israel gonna receive the kingdom at the end of the day. But nevertheless, the elect is gonna make it on this side and get brought up, but that's still the children of Israel getting saved, man. Period. They gonna see our salvation, man. They gonna see so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Mexicans, whatever you want to call, or them proverbs and bywords that they call us, man. You gonna see them people that you thought was shitty, bullshit, lames, and whatever you want to spicks and wetbacks and retarded monkeys that derive from monkeys, that banana jokes that you did banana jokes on and all that. Guess what? You gonna see them get brought out of here with chariots, man. You gonna see who the world you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. It looked like them same people that you did that to come back, on the chariot to save them, that his people, and it's gonna be crazy, man. But continuing on, said, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High, for thy enemy hath persecuted thee, but surely thou shalt see his destruction and shall tread upon his neck. Because when the Lord bring us back to it, our land, which is Jerusalem. Guess what, man? Y'all gonna come with us in chains, and y'all gonna build our kingdom up, and we gonna possess y'all. We gonna tread upon your neck. But continuing on, said, my delicate ones have gone rough raised, and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High, for ye should be remembered of him that brought these plagues upon you, man. The Lord gonna we gonna be remembered of him that brought these plagues upon us, man. Like by who? Yahweh by Shemi, what's up, man? Because gonna come a time where our cries is gonna come up to the highest, man. He gonna be like, all right, go get him, man. Continuing on, except far as it was in your mind to go astray, but Yahweh so being returned, seek him 10 times more, man. The brothers that seeking the Yahweh by Shemi outside 10 times more, man. I know maybe so you got a lot of people in the truth that's bullshit, but hey, I know you got the elect in here, man. They seeking the Most High 10 times more. That's gonna be saved, But keep continuing on. For he that brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee the name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at their fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. Who is she that received our sons? That she is talking about America, that harlot, man. Esau. Miserable is she that received thy sons. Hey, miserable you gonna be, because the Lord gonna burn you up 200 million nuclear missiles, man. 200 million nuclear missiles are gonna wipe out this bitch, man. The Lord gonna pop America cherries, man. Cherry. Continuing on, said, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing for her multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting long to endure, and she shall be a habit of devils for a great time, because the Lord gonna turn this place into a desert, as he come with salvation for his elect. He gonna come with 200 million nuclear missiles to lay this place desolate, man, because the Lord gonna cleanse the blood that he have not cleansed, because our blood is shed all throughout this bitch, man, and we constantly getting our blood shedded. You look up on the internet. All I gotta do is say, what's the the common one people know, Trayvon Martin, man. You know, Trayvon Martin with the hoodie with the skittle. You know, him. You know, and you can go a list, long list from there, and before him. You know, but continuing on, said, O Jerusalem, look about thee towards the east, and behold, the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sendest away. They come together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High, man. Hey, man, so we gonna get saved out of this place, man. We just gotta continue to endure, man. You know, this the last captivity that we ever gonna go through, man. The Lord ain't never gonna send us. He ain't never gonna send us to captivity again, man. Why? Because we never gonna go off on him, man. That's the only reason why we was sent here, because we went off on him, you know. But continuing on, not continuing on, getting another scripture, you know, Jeremiah 32 verse 37 through 40. It said, behold, I will gather them out of all countries where I had driven them in my anger and my fury and in great wrath, and I will bring them unto this place, and I will cause them to dwell safely. They should be my people, and I will be their God, and I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for the good of them and their children after them. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, that I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their hearts, that they should not depart from me, man. And what's that? That's that new covenant is the heart of flesh. You know, and I'm gonna get that, man. You know, bear with me. You know, because that heart of flesh is the law, statutes, and commandments being programmed in our mind, man. You know, the law, statutes, and commandments being programmed in our mind to the point where we never gonna go off. We gonna be living and breathing the law. Which one? It's hella ones, man. I'm gonna get Ezekiel 11 and 19 though. Bear with me. This is Ezekiel chapter 11 verse 19. And I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you, and I will take the stony heart out of your flesh, and will give them the heart of flesh, that they may walk in my statutes and keep my ordinance and do them, and they should be my people, and I will be their God, man. You know. So he gonna give us that heart of flesh, man, which is the law, statutes, and commandments being programmed in our mind, man. You know, the Lord gonna make that new covenant with us, man. You know, when He come and save us from this place, and we never gonna be driven out of our land again. You know, we always gonna be in our land forevermore, man. You know, the Lord not gonna send us out of Jerusalem, and we not gonna grieve Jerusalem that's nursed us up, man. Period, man. Because believe it or not, our land right now, man, it's crying unto the Lord, though. Real shit. You know, our land is really crying unto the Lord. You know, that when you read that scripture in Baruch, that's our land is really crying unto the Lord, because the earth is living, and the earth lives, man. You know, the earth lives. Actually, that's why it brings forth things or trees that bring forth. You know, if you get what I'm saying, it brings forth life that actually brings forth life. You know, so you know, trees bring forth trees. What do trees give us? Oxygen. You know, so the earth actually live, and our land is crying. You know, crying to the Most High. But continuing on, it said, bear with me. I'm going to get Isaiah chapter 66, verse 10 through 14. It said, rejoice ye with Jerusalem, and be glad with her, all ye that love her. Rejoice for joy with her, all ye that mourn for her. That ye may suck and be satisfied with the breast of her consolation, that ye may milk out and be delighted with the abundance of her glory, which is the riches. For thus saith the Lord, behold, I will extend peace to her like a river, and the glory of the Gentiles like a flowing stream. Then shall ye suck, and ye shall be borne upon her sides, and dandled upon her knees. As one whom his mother comforted, so will I comfort you, and ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem. And when ye see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like an herb, and the hand of the Lord shall be known towards the servants, and the indignation towards his enemies, man. You know, so we going to Jerusalem again, man. We gonna be saved, man, from the countries that the Lord delivered us from, man. But I'm gonna end it off with Revelations 11:11 through 13. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of the life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. The spirit of the life of the Most High is what? The wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the scriptures, man. You know, what it say in Adam, the story of Adam, it said the Lord he breathed into him the breath of life, you know, when he became a living soul before him, which was the wisdom and knowledge, you know, the wisdom. It said, continuing on, and the spirit of the Most High entered into them, and they sat upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw him, which is the these elites, man. These elite banking families that strive so hard, that strives so fucking hard, man, to keep us away from this, man. You know, that didn't put forth hella plans and hella fucking legislations and all type of shit to keep us away from what we, you know, our nationality and our power, you know. That's why great fear fell upon them, you know, because they seeing us, man, and they seeing us, you know, the Lord said He gonna set us in order before their eyes, and it's happening, you know, and fear fell upon them. Also, fear falling upon them, Khazarians, them Amalekites, man, you know, who you know, who stole our nationality, because a lot of them know who we are, man, you know, but they just want to keep going on because they love the benefits of it, you know. Great fear falling upon them too, you know. But continuing on, saying and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. A cloud is a cloud is the chariots, man. You know, the glorious chariots of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, man. You know, and our people knew about this in the time of slavery. That's why they made that song, "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot." You know, that's why they made that song. You know, because they knew about this, but now we in the time where this is actually about to happen. The Lord is about to save us, you know, with His chariots. It said, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the temple of the city fell, and the earthquake was saved of men 7,000, and the remnant were frightened and gave glory to the Most High of heaven, man. So yeah, man, look, the Lord coming to save us and lay America desolate and cleanse the blood of Jerusalem, of Israel, whom He have not cleansed, man. You know. So man, look, we just gotta continue to endure, man. You know, Lord will not endure to the end, man. You know, and brothers do too, man. You know, we gotta comfort one another on this walk, man, because it's gonna be a hard walk. So with that, I hope that was exhorting, you know, for brothers to continue to go on. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Wahai, Wakar, Kadas, Barakatah. Love and honor to the apostles, others, a great millstone, and peace, love, and citation to the elect. I come out there pushing the word of truth with sincerity. Shalom.